guys, welcome back to it. Oh, try again. I'm actually not drinking coffee today. I'm drinking rosehip tea. Had 2 coffees this morning. A friend came around and I was just feeling a little bit caffeinated, so I've gone for the nice refreshing tea today. Hi guys, welcome back to another booktube video from me, Amy from Polyreader. A few people have been calling me Polly, which is kind of cute, but it's not my name. My name is Amy. Polyreader is just the term that I use to describe myself on booktube and bookstagram. So today I wanted to catch you up on the books that I've hauled over the past month. It's been a while since I've done a video because I've just moved house, hence the change of scenery. We now have floorboards, a dishwasher, lots of exciting adult things that we've never had before, so that's pretty cool. So first up, I have this wonderful little book, one of the most anticipated male Australian reads for me this year. It's Flames by Robbie Arnott. It's a collection of short stories. I don't know too much about it yet. I've heard really good things. It's from Text Publishing, and they produce a lot of my favorite books, actually, publish, I should say. So yeah, so this looks like a really, really good book to get into. I'm not going to read it yet because I'm doing the Reading Women Challenge and it's Reading Women's Month right now. This is the first book that I received that I haven't shown you guys yet, so that's Flames by Robbie Arnott. I was just watching a booktube video about how boring it is when people read out the blurb from the back of a book. So I'm not going to do that, but I am going to check in with you once I have read it, which will be after I get through Reading Women Month. And I'm going to be doing a read along with Rene from, what's Rene's booktube called? Rene Pierre? I'll link him down below so that you can see, but yeah, he's another fellow booktube friend of mine. I believe he lives in Perth, somewhere on the other side of the country. I'm gonna go with Perth for now. Next up, we have 2 Sarah Waters. These are my first Sarah Waters. I bought these secondhand from worldofbooks.com.au. They have really good quality secondhand books for sale on that site. Every time I want something that's a little bit older, as in not brand new, I pretty much search through there, and if it's cheap enough I'll just buy it because it's free shipping, and these I think were like 10 bucks each or something, so that's really good. So yeah, I'm really keen to get into these. I've heard a lot about Sarah Waters from some people on booktube who have very similar taste to me, so yeah, these both look pretty amazing. I'm gonna get into them ASAP. Not this month probably because they're not on my Reading Women's Challenge list, but I'm already halfway through that list. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I've been smashing through the books lately, so it won't be long until I get into these. These 2 are from Hachette, Australia. This is one that I asked for, the Lido by Libby Page. Someone referred to it as the next Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. So I know it's always kind of funny when people compare books to other renowned books when they're new, but you know, I haven't read either of them anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. But this looks quite interesting. It's a contemporary fiction drama. Again, I'm not going to read the back because I feel like, let me just give you a brief rundown. The value of community and how ordinary people can protect the things they love. So it sounds pretty cool. Female writer, which I'm always into. I believe she's British. I'll update you once I read it. And this one is not something that I chose, but it looks pretty interesting. It's a thriller. I like thrillers, clinical psychological thriller. I'll probably get through that later in the year. Here's another unsolicited. It's from Allen and Unwin. Deliciously enjoyable read, warm, funny and romantic. Definitely not my usual genre. I'm into dark, weird, creepy stuff, and I'm also into contemporary female Australian fiction, which is, you know, Australian vibes I'm really into. So I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but I will definitely be giving it a go and reviewing it because I did get sent it and I really appreciate it. So thanks, Allen and Unwin. All right, now here comes the good stuff. So this is something that I requested from Text, The Art of Taxidermy. This is actually young adult, and I had no idea about that until I received it. It just struck me. This cover is so beautiful, and I originally thought this book was adult non-fiction about the art of taxidermy, so I completely took it wrong. But it looks so beautiful. It's poetry, young adult, and it's called The Art of Taxidermy. It's by Sharon Kernot. The art is by Edith Rewa, who is one of my favorite artists. She's Australian too. She actually did the cover art for The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart as well, which is a beautiful cover. I DNF'd that book because it just wasn't doing it for me after the first section. The first part was amazing, the second part was kind of a bit boring, so I ended up DNFing it just because it was quite long and I have a lot to get through this year and I didn't want to waste my time anymore on things that aren't grabbing my attention. I just don't think that's good for anyone really. So anyway, back to this book. It looks really cool. I'm really interested to read this and let you all know what I think because yeah, young adult is not something I ever usually read. I actually made this channel to avoid the young adult channels and make something, another sort of contemporary adult fiction channel. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how I go with this, but I will check back in with you. These 4 are books that I purchased. I am really excited to read all of these. I've spoken about them before in my Reading Women Challenge to be read. I think I've actually changed that to be read a little bit since my last video because that's just what happens as a reader. You kind of, you can't really stick, well, as a human, I guess, you can't really stick to a list of 24 books that easily, especially if you're indecisive like me. I'm definitely a mood reader too. So as I finish something, I think, oh no, I don't feel like reading any of those other 20 books. So I pick something else that fits the genre or the question for that prompt. The prompt is what I meant. Okay, so these 4 books I'm really excited about. The first one is Axiomatic by Maria Turmarkin. This is the book that I mentioned in the Reading Women's Challenge prompt list, published by Brow Books. It's the publishing company that does the Lifted Brow magazine. It's an Australian literary magazine. They've published quite a lot of indie press books. They are indie press and they publish a lot of indie books. That's what I meant to say. Seems like I'm trying to act like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't really. I'm just kind of faking it till I make it. That's what we all do, right? This cover is so beautifully designed. I really, really appreciate a beautifully designed cover. If you don't know, I used to be a graphic designer. I actually studied it at uni and then worked in the industry for a while and just, you know, that's a whole other story. But I do appreciate a good cover design and this is just so beautiful. It's like a marbling sort of textured effect. I love it. So this is something that Helen Garner has raved about. Helen Garner says, nobody can write like Maria Turmarkin. Here she changes, let me start again. Nobody can write like Maria Turmarkin. Here she charges headlong into the worst and best of us with an iron refusal to soften or decorate. Sentences bare of artifice, stripped back to the bone, to the nerve, fired by raging grief and love. Doesn't that just sound amazing? I'm so excited to get into this. It's an essay collection, so that's the one I'm ticking off with the Reading Women's Challenge prompt. This one, Circe by Madeline Miller. Ooh, bit reflective there, sorry. This has been spoken about a lot on BookTube. I'm sure you already know about it. Australian writer who wrote the Song of Achilles. I'm just super keen to crack into something a bit more mythical and historical, you know, so this one's looking like a really enjoyable read. Can't wait to crack it. Published by Bloomsbury. From the Wreck by Jane Rawson, one of the most talked about Australian historical fiction books of last year, or was it early this year? Let me just double check that. Oh, I had no idea it was signed by the author. I'm so excited. That's a bit of a surprise. Cool. Published last year by Jane Rawson. Yeah, this is one of my most anticipated reads for sure, this book. Just hanging to get into it. I did talk about the description of what it was about in the Reading Women's video, so I'm not going to go into it again, but yeah, I'm really keen to crack that one. Published by Transit Lounge, by the way. And last but not least, probably the #1 most anticipated read for me this year at all. It's a big call, but it really is. And that would be Eggshell Skull by Bri Lee. Bri, I recently found out, actually wrote part of this book, or a lot of this book, while she was staying in a wood in Bali with another one of my favourite writers, Laura Elizabeth Woollett, who's another young Australian female writer. They're both around my age, so I really love their writing. And yeah, this book is about her experience with the Australian legal system. I kind of know what it's about, but I don't want to give it away because it might ruin it for a new reader. But it's supposed to be quite amazing and honest and raw, so I'm keen to get into it. Something I've noticed about myself in these videos is I kind of use the same buzzwords for books. I like to say raw, and I like to say honest, and I like to say intense. I say those words a lot. And I think it's actually because I read books that fit into those categories, because they're the kind of things that I like to read. People who are just completely unapologetically honest with their nonfiction, and who are writing, even in their fiction, about experiences that everyone goes through but a lot of people don't talk about. Like Helen Garner will say really strange things about needing to poo, and it's like something that no one really writes about. It's like you just skim over those things because it's frowned upon or awkward or taboo to discuss things like our toiletry experiences. Toilet experiences, I guess. But yeah, that's completely off topic. But basically what I'm saying is I apologize in advance for using the same words over and over. It's just my subconscious. I find it a lot easier to write about what I've read on paper or type it out. I feel like I have a bit more time to process what I'm thinking about the book and what I've experienced with the book, which is why I started a blog as well as this booktube. Because yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out. Me talking to a video camera doesn't really get across everything I want to say, because it's the same as the human experience of trying to communicate with someone and never quite getting across exactly what you mean because your brains just work differently. Oh, this is getting philosophical, isn't it? I'm still holding this book up. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this book. Sorry for the digression. I do that a lot, but you know, I am talking to nobody, so there's no one here to stop me, is there? So I got through it all. That is my haul of, I think that's my May haul, I'm gonna say. It's not my June haul because I didn't get any of these in June. I got them all before I moved house. I just haven't had a chance to film this. So thanks for watching. As always, you can subscribe down below. I'm still pretty new at this, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So if you want to come along for the ride, definitely hit the subscribe button. I will try and get more frequent with these videos. If there's anything specific you want to see, please let me know. If you don't like hauls, let me know. If you prefer review videos, let me know. I do still need to finish my tag video that I created, the three loved rereads tag, because I only did part 1. People have already started jumping on board and I haven't even finished the tag, so that's a bit awkward. I have started reading. I've read 1 of the 3. I'm going to read The Bell Jar next. I'm currently reading We've Always Lived in the Castle and I'm loving it. So as soon as I finish this, I'm going to get into The Bell Jar, and then I should smash out Nobody Belongs Here More Than You pretty quickly, because that's only short stories. And then I will post my second tag video. Anyway, enough from me now. I'm rambling here. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and look forward to chatting to you in the comments. And yeah, bye.